Imagine you were driving a luxury car. The tank is full of gas, the tires are new, and the paint is shining. But when you turn the key, nothing happens. No sound, no movement. Why? Because the spark plugs are missing. Without that tiny spark, the entire machine is just a heavy piece of metal. In your body, magnesium is that spark plug. It is involved in over 600 different biochemical reactions. From the beating of your heart to the repair of your DNA, magnesium is the silent conductor of your biological orchestra. But here's the terrifying truth for 2026. Over 70% of the modern population is running on empty. Our soil is depleted, our water is filtered, and our stress levels are at an all-time high. And stress literally burns magnesium like fuel. When you are low on this master mineral, your body doesn't just stop. It begins to glitch. Your muscles twitch, your heart skips beats, and your brain enters a state of constant anxiety. Most people are taking vitamin D, zinc, or calcium, but without magnesium, these nutrients are practically useless and sometimes even dangerous. Today, we are decoding the 7 silent physical warning signs that your spark plugs are failing. If you have sign number 4, your heart is in a state of high alert. Let's look at the signals before the engine shuts down for good. Have you ever felt a tiny, annoying flutter in your eyelid that just won't stop? You're sitting at your desk or talking to a friend, and suddenly your eye starts dancing on its own. This is clinically known as a fasciculation. Magnesium's primary job in your muscles is relaxation. While calcium tells your muscles to contract and tighten, magnesium is the off switch that tells them to let go. When you are deficient, the on switch gets stuck. Your nerves begin to fire spontaneously, sending uncontrolled electrical shocks to your muscles. This usually starts in the smallest muscles first, like your eyelids, but it's a warning of what's happening deeper in your nervous system. If your muscles are twitching, your body is literally sparking from a lack of electrical stability. It's 3 a.m. You are fast asleep, and suddenly, a blinding, agonizing pain tears through your calf muscle. It feels like your muscle is trying to tear itself away from the bone. This is the classic Charlie horse. As we discussed, magnesium is the master of relaxation. In your legs, it balances the electrolytes that allow your muscles to stretch back out after a long day of walking. Without enough magnesium, your muscles stay in a state of semi-contraction. They become hyper-irritable. The slightest movement during sleep can trigger a massive, painful spasm. But it's not just your legs. This deficiency can cause stiff neck, tension headaches, and even jaw clenching at night. If you wake up feeling like you've been in a fight, your muscles are starving for the mineral that allows them to rest. Do you feel like your brain has a racing motor that you can't turn off at night? You are physically exhausted, but your mind is looping through every mistake you made today and every worry for tomorrow. Magnesium is nature's Valium. It binds to GABA receptors in the brain, the same receptors that anti-anxiety medications target. GABA is the neurotransmitter that tells your brain to calm down and be quiet. When magnesium is low, your brain becomes hyperexcitable. You feel wired but tired. You might fall asleep for an hour, but you wake up at 2 a.m. with a racing heart and a sense of dread. This isn't just stress. It's a chemical inability to enter deep restorative sleep because your brain's silencer is missing. This is the most dangerous sign on our list. Have you ever felt your heart suddenly skip a beat, flip-flop in your chest, or start racing for no reason while you're just sitting on the couch? Your heart is a muscle, but it is also an electrical pump. It relies on a perfect balance of magnesium and potassium to maintain its rhythm. When magnesium levels drop, the electrical signals in your heart become unstable. This can lead to atrial fibrillation or palpitations. Doctors often prescribe medications for high blood pressure or heart rhythm, but many times the root cause is simply a mineral deficiency. If your heart is beating out of rhythm, it's like a drummer losing the beat, and magnesium is the drummer. Do you feel like you are walking through mud every single day? Even after 3 cups of coffee, that deep, heavy exhaustion in your bones doesn't go away. Inside every cell of your body, there are tiny power plants called mitochondria. They produce energy in the form of a molecule called ATP. But here's the catch. ATP cannot be active unless it is bound to a magnesium molecule. Without magnesium, the energy your cells produce is locked and unusable. You could have all the calories in the world, but if you don't have the magnesium to unlock the ATP, you will stay tired. This also leads to a low vibe, a lack of motivation, and a feeling of mild depression because your brain cells literally don't have the power to feel good. Do you have an uncontrollable craving for chocolate or sweets after every meal? This is your body's way of talking to you. Chocolate is actually one of the highest natural sources of magnesium. Your brain doesn't want the sugar, it wants the mineral inside the cocoa. Furthermore, magnesium is required for insulin to work. If you are low, your insulin can't open the door for sugar to enter your cells. This leads to insulin resistance, which we've discussed in previous videos. High insulin then causes the kidneys to flush out even more magnesium. It's a death spiral for your metabolism. If you can't stop eating sugar, you're likely stuck in a magnesium deficiency loop. Think of your arteries like garden hoses. If the hose is soft and relaxed, the water flows through easily with low pressure. But if you kink the hose or make it stiff and rigid, the pressure skyrockets. Magnesium is what keeps your arteries soft and flexible. It prevents the smooth muscles in your blood vessel walls from clamping down. When you are deficient, your arteries become stiff and narrow. This forces your heart to pump much harder to move the blood, leading to chronic high blood pressure. Many people find that their blood pressure drops significantly just by fixing this one deficiency. How do we fix this before it leads to a heart attack or chronic illness? Transdermal magnesium. Your skin is a great absorber. Magnesium oil or Epsom salt baths bypass the digestive system entirely. The right forms. Avoid magnesium oxide, it's just a laxative. Look for magnesium glycinate for sleep and anxiety, or magnesium malate for energy and muscle pain. Real food. Pumpkin seeds, spinach, and 85% dark chocolate are your best friends. Conclusion. Magnesium is the most underrated mineral in modern medicine. Don't wait for a blood test, because 99% of your magnesium is inside your cells, not in your blood. Your blood test will look normal, even when you are dying for it. Subscribe to Silent Health Signals to keep decoding your body's language. Comment below, I am checking my eye twitch if you learned something new today. Stay sharp, and I will see you in the next deep dive.